Hello, everybody. Welcome, one, welcome all. Welcome to the stream, where I talk for about a half an hour, telling a story. I thought I'd pop up with the music. I felt like that'd be more fun. Nice. I always like this song. Makes me happy. Alright, it queued to the next one. Didn't have time to stop it. Welcome everyone. Welcome all. Welcome one. Welcome all. If you're new here, hi. Hello, hello. I am Little Red. I'm a little red panda VTuber-ish, kind of a VTuber, somewhat. But hello and welcome to the stream. Today is a day like any other day. But today we're also doing our usual So again, for those who are new here, if you have never been, well, I mean, new here. If you've never been here before, you're new here, I'm gonna dim the lights a little bit. Every Monday, we tell a story, like an improvised story. Just coming up with it on the spot. I get a basic concept, either submitted by you guys or I just come up with it. This one I just came up with. But you have a story, like a concept, just a rough idea of something goofy you want a story to be, and then I just go off of that and I oftentimes play a little character named Warburton Pig. I got a little puppet for him that I operate. So, you know, it's all pretty good, all things considered. Yeah. So, you know, without further ado, let's get into the story. This one is called... What's it called? Can a stick bug talk with trees? Ahem. So, this story takes place at my house at first. I live out towards the woods. I kind of live out there more. There are trees around. They kind of blow their leaves. They fall off in the fall. I make leaf piles. I jump in the leaf piles. They go everywhere. I gotta pick them back up again. It's a hassle. I don't know why I keep doing it, but I do it. But that's not what this story is about. This story is about one time when I had this big tree outside, right outside my house. And I was walking out there and I decided to look up at this tree and wow, that is a tree. And then I looked down and I saw something. Something looking up at the tree. And that something was a little bug. Or insect, I guess. It was a stick bug. And I was just looking up at the tree. And I was kind of mumbling a little bit. And so I got down closer. I said, "Excuse me, Mr. Stickbug." Ah! I didn't mean to startle you. You were kind of mumbling there. I just want to know, what are you doing here? I was trying to talk with the trees. You're trying to talk with the trees? That's right, I was trying to talk with the trees. How exactly did you intend to do that? Well, you see, sir, the stick bugs, we usually are kind of like cousins to the trees, I like to think, because we're like sticks. We look like sticks, so what we are actually sticks. You know, I never thought of it that way. Are you sticks? I don't know, sir, but I have been attempting to communicate with this tree to figure out if we are related and I can talk with it because we might be cousins. Yeah, that's really interesting. How's that working out for you? Poorly. Ah. Yeah, it's not been great so far. The trees, they aren't very talkative. They always are very quiet. They don't say very much. They don't do very much. They just kind of hang out. Yeah. Trees tend to do that. Well, tell you what. I might be able to help with your tree communication endeavors. You would? Yes, I would. I happen to kind of know a scientist who lives around here. He's a mad scientist, a bit of a really crazy guy. Just absolute bonkers. You know, but he's nice sometimes, and he could probably invent some tree-speaking device for you. Oh, okay. Where is this guy? Well, to be quite frank, I don't know. He left quite a bit ago. And hasn't come back since. He's on some expedition, apparently. Well, you know anyone who could know where he is? Well, yeah, I think I would. It's his pet hamster. We can go to his house and communicate with his pet hamster. How would we do that? You'll see. And we walked over to the mad scientist's house. There were sparks flying all over the place. There were machines watering a plant and gardening and a bunch of stuff. They were doing the dishes. They were running the house even though no one was there. And the one running it all behind the scenes was a hamster. This hamster was in a bit of a little wheel. He rolled around in a little wheel and he had a bunch of wires and things on his head. And there was a machine attached to the wheel they had dragged along with him on a skateboard. And he looked up at us, and it's just been like a little chittering noises, and from the machine you heard, "What do you want?" "Hi, we are looking for the mad scientist who lives here. We want to know where his expedition is, because my friend here, he needs some help with his thing. He needs help learning about talking to trees." The scientist has left. "No." "Why not?" "I don't want to." He says he doesn't want to. I heard him. "So what's the deal? Why don't you want to tell us?" With the scientist gone, I now run this place. It is my domain. You cannot take that from me." Okay, we got an evil hamster on our hands here. I'm actually a guinea pig. A guinea pig? A guinea pig. Okay, we got an evil guinea pig on our hands here. It's a bit strange, you know, all things considered. Just one use a hamster. Anyway, what are we gonna do? Well, can you at least... I know you want this place to be yours and to rule this place. But what if the scientist stayed away? What if we just went to him and then that's about it? Nothing else happened. We went to him, he told us the thing, and then we went on our merry way. Then that would be fine. But the scientist wishes to return. He just doesn't know how. So that's why he's not telling us. Because if we go to the scientist, then we'll help him leave. And then he'll come back here. Precisely. Okay. This is frustrating. I gotta get a drink of water. So frustrating. I just need some water. So you're not telling us anything. You're not gonna tell us anything. No. Okay. And I looked. He's like, "All right, we'll be on our way." And as we were leaving, I glanced around the house real quick, seeing if anything would like relate to where he had gone. And I saw it on the wall, the gelatin oasis. A oasis is filled with jello. It's a big place, like valleys of jello. Weirdly enough, it's very few people dare to go there. Because it's jello, it gets really sticky, it gets everywhere. It's not fun. So we had the thought. I looked at the little sick button and I said, buddy, I know where the scientist went. He went to the jello place because the guinea pig sent him to the jelly place. So he gets stuck there and wouldn't be able to come back. He went to the place with all the jello and the gelatin and all. Hey, inside the house. Oh. So we are. I think you have overstayed your welcome. I think so too. Leave. Okay. Come on. Come on, kid. Let's go. And we traveled off, carefully and treacherously, through over the hills and over the mountains, occasionally peeking back at the guinea pig to make sure he wasn't doing anything nefarious, and he just stared at me. The guinea pig is terrifying. Uh-huh. Let's get out of here fast. And so we ran down the hill. I kind of fell halfway and rolled the rest of the way down. But, you know, we did make it to the bottom. And I said, okay, the Gelatin Mountain, the Gelatin Oasis is right over those mountains. It does say Gelatin Mountains. Yeah, well, they're called the Gelatin Mountains because they're on the opposite side of the Gelatin Oasis. On the opposite side next to it, okay? You know how to read a map? I'm working on it! Okay, I haven't really used one of these before. Okay. I think it's that way. It's that way. That way! And so we head off in that direction. In the proper direction that I absolutely knew was the proper direction. So we went off in that direction, walking around, passing through the valley, crossing the stream, talking about trees and life and stuff. And eventually we came to the base of the mountain where there was a path leading up. And out of the path emerged a robot coming down. Halt! You shall not pass. Why not? Because I have been ordered to keep you here. It must be the guinea pig's doing. He doesn't want us to go to the mountain. You're right. And what will you do if we try and pass? You shall be obliterated. Oh, it's a lot more violent than I thought it'd be. Is there any way we can get you to let us pass? No. Okay. Tell me, what are your orders exactly? Well, I am to stop you from getting past this point. All across the mountains, I will follow you down the way. All the way down. Okay, so that's not a thing. Tell you what. How about we do a deal? Okay. How about we like strike some kind of deal, some kind of offer? That depends on the offer. Or the deal. What is the deal? Well, you see, the deal is... Actually, sorry, I got this. Can you give us like 5 seconds, please? Yes, you may have 5 seconds. Great. My cat turned around. It's like, what are we doing here? Just wait. And then the stick bug turned back around. I was like, okay, our deal is complete. What? You gave us 5 seconds. We said, can you give us 5 seconds? You said for a deal. Okay? And we took 5 seconds for said deal. Correct? I asked you if we could have 5 seconds. You gave us those 5 seconds. Our deal is complete. Now you must let us pass. And for the first time in my life, I saw a stunned robot just... This... How... You have overridden my thoughts and programming. You have outsmarted a machine. This should not be possible. Yeah, well it is. Oh, thanks to a tiny little stick bug. Now let us through. Fine. I am not one for being a sore loser. You were just a sore loser. But I will let you through. And I will go home. I will report this to the guinea pig. Oh, well, could we strike a deal to have you not go home and tell the guinea pig about that? Depends on the deal. Can you give us like 10 seconds? No. And then he wheeled off and back home. And I said, okay, we gotta be quick about this. We gotta go find that scientist and bring him back home to his evil guinea pig so we can stop him. Aye, aye! And we quickly climbed the mountains, and there we saw it. A valley, vast valley of gelatin. Just gelatin all over the place. And it was like a pretty sheer cliff down. It's okay. Gelatin's soft and swishy. If we land in it into a kind of proper land, then we can be okay. We'll just have to have our heads above the ground. How long has it been like that? Come on. Okay, jeez. My audio mixer has been really bad lately. What? I know, because the audio mixer has been, like, not working this past...
It sounded like a connection to me.
Like, app crashes.
It sounded like to me like the connection. Just check your connections.
Alright.
Not in the computer, buddy. Your physical connections, your cords, your cables.
No, it's not that. It's the...
So it sounded like...
Okay, we're back. Okay, jeez. Okay, where were we? Everyone remember where we left off? Anyone chat? I'm gonna assume we just climbed the mountain. Unless anyone tells me otherwise, I'm gonna say we just climbed the mountain and got to the top before jumping down off the cliff. The water didn't pick me. I pushed the little guy, just started yelling. Okay. And so I got prepared to jump off the cliff. Jump down into the gelatin. And I leaped forward and just went, Geronimo! Straight. Smacked right into the gelatin. I didn't do a cannonball at all. I did a belly flop, and that really hurt. I just kind of laid there for a minute, just laying in the gelatin, just kind of... Mister, are you okay? I don't think... Are you... You feeling good? Just... I'll be okay, kid. And I gave him a little thumbs up and just kind of got myself unstuck from the gelatin. Let's go find that scientist. Get out of here. And so we started walking. We were walking around, having a little stroll, trying to find any form of the scientist. And then we saw something in the distance. A figure stuck in the gelatin. We splattered our way over there. The little squishy sounds of the gelatin beneath us. I fell over again, but it's okay. And we found him there, buried underneath the jello. And I said, Mr. Scientist, we'll save you. And I started to grab at the gelatin, getting it out. The stick bug attempted to help. It wasn't very helpful, but it was kind of endearing that it was trying to help. And eventually, we pulled the scientist from the jello. You have saved me. Yes, we did, Mr. Crazy Old Scientist. I am eternally in your debt. I was down there trying to find some kinds of samples for more gelatin inventions. But, you know, that's kind of hard sometimes, and it just didn't end up working out very much. I mean, I understand, but we have a bigger problem at hand here. Your guinea pig that sent you out here. Yeah, it was a guinea pig. It wasn't my guinea pig, but it was a guinea pig. It wasn't your guinea pig? No, it kind of just showed up one day right after my hamster disappeared. I mean, I never trusted that hamster. He was always up to some kind of mischief. But, like, then this guinea pig appeared, and I just went, yeah, he sounds trustworthy. It was a random guinea pig who just suddenly showed up at your front door, and you trusted him. Yeah, that's about it. That's what it was. Okay. We're gonna get you back home. And you're gonna tell that guinea pig that this is not, because he's running your house right now. That is his place that he is running. You aren't running that place anymore. He sent you out to get rid of you. Oh, that guinea pig, all these rodents. Never trust them. Alright, let's go. Let's get out of here. And they quickly all start scampering back. And then we saw in the distance the same robot as before. And I just went, halt. And I said, no, we will not halt. If you do not halt, you will be obliterated. P043, cancel that order and send us up this cliff. And the robot stood there for a minute. Fine. He was always a little sassy. Yeah, seems to be. And he grabbed all of us and we went straight up the cliff. All the way up. It was so fast. We went down the mountain and to the house. And the old scientist clambered off the robot and went up to the door and knocked on it. Open up this door! And the door slowly opened. Mad scientist, man. That's right, you little guinea pig. I own this house now. Now get out. I am not a guinea pig. What do you mean you're not a guinea pig? You look just like one. You are a guinea pig. You told me you're a guinea pig. You told them you're a guinea pig. He did. And so you're a guinea pig. No, I am not. And he reached underneath him and unzipped a zipper to reveal it was the hamster in disguise. I always wanted to get rid of you. You never trusted me from the start. But I thought that if I disguised myself as a guinea pig rather than a hamster, that you would trust me. And I was right. You little jerk. I trusted a guinea pig. I ain't ever gonna do that again. Yeah, this is his house now. Fine. I will leave. But know this. Come a few years. One day, when you least expect it, I will be waiting. And I will have plotted my revenge. And I will come back to haunt you and make sure that you regret getting rid of the guinea pig that betrayed you. Oh, trust me, pal. I never regret getting rid of the guinea pigs who betray me. And the guinea pig stood there, and he did a tiniest little spit. But it was the angriest tiny spit I ever seen. And he rolled off on his wheel and down the hill and off into the distance. And we watched him go. And then the mad scientist turned to us and said, okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your help. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. Can I do anything? Anything to repay you at all? Well, my little friend here, the stick bug, has been trying to communicate with trees. So, could you potentially invent some sort of invention to allow him to talk with trees? Well, I most certainly could. I could do that for you right now. I could go make a tree invention and help you with that. That would be greatly appreciated, Mr. Mad Scientist. And so, in a few days, suddenly, we had it. A tree invention. An invention that could speak to trees. It was just a little box and tiny headphones for the little stick bug. And we put them on, and we just kind of rested the box up against the tree. And he just went, "Hello, tree." And he sat there. And he looked up at the tree. It was a long moment of silence. And I was like, for a second, it didn't work. And I asked him, "Are they talking with you?" And he said, "No. But they also don't speak in words. They kind of just feel it in your gut." And even, "How are you doing, tree?" "Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking." And they just started having a communication. They just started talking. It was the most adorable thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. And so, I kind of just smiled a little. And I said, "You know what? Since he's able to make a tree communication device, I'm gonna go see if he can make an instant cookie device, because those things take way too long in the oven. I'm gonna go see if I can get that up and running. I'll be back later." And so, we all lived happily ever after. Him talking with trees. The scientist, free of an evil hamster. And me, infinite cookies to have whenever I desire. And that is today's story. Really hope y'all enjoyed that. That was a fun one. I enjoyed it. I thought that was fun. I thought it was cute, adorable, and I enjoyed it. I'm gonna sit down for a little bit. I enjoyed the story, and I hope you all did too. So, I am gonna do this real quick. Put it in the chat pod of both YouTube and Twitter. Not Twitter. Twitch. Put it in the combined chat pod. If you ever want, you can submit your own story ideas, little prompts they want me to do for a stream whenever you want me to do them. That is an option that you have, and you can just go into that forum, submit your like Twitcher. I should change it to also YouTube username. Twitcher YouTube username, so I'm able to then look at them and just go and decide which of them I want to use. I will use them. Just keep them family friendly. But if you want, you can submit your own. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed that. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go back up to space. And I'll see if you're in space. I'll see you out there. If not, then I won't. And you know what? I'll see you on Friday. We're gonna be playing Rain World. That's right. Rain World. It's gonna be raining in the world. Now isn't that